I made a video a couple of weeks ago about James Wiseman being able to save his career with the Detroit Pistons. He was held back by fit, injuries, and the coaching staff in Golden State after being drafted second overall. Many had already given up on him, but the talent was undeniable, and wow has he had a nice start to his career in Detroit. He's seemingly getting better with every passing game, and the team has even made him their starting center, seemingly for the rest of the season. In last night's victory over the Pacers, Wiseman dropped 18 points, 14 rebounds, and 3 blocks. The craziest part? He did it in only 24 minutes. He's been given much more freedom in Detroit than he was ever given with the Warriors, and he's made the most of it. Over his last 4 games, he's averaging 18 points, 10 rebounds, and 2 blocks per game, while shooting a crazy efficient 63% from the field. He has an increasingly high ceiling and is still only 21 years old. Whether he's the Pistons center going forward or plays the 4 next to Duren at center, it seems as if he's more than playing his way into Detroit's future plans. He's already saved his career with the Detroit Pistons, and if it continues like this, he could very well be a star. To truly understand how good Wiseman can still end up being, let's look at his career so far and his short stint with Detroit. Before we get into the recent dominance of James Wiseman, if you enjoy my content and watched a few videos of mine, think about subscribing. 96% of my viewers are actually not subscribed, so if you watched me before and enjoy the content, drop a sub and comment down below. It really helps the channel. To truly appreciate how well Wiseman is playing for Detroit, let's first look at his up and down stint with the Warriors. He looked alright for them as a rookie, averaging 12 points and 6 rebounds per game, while shooting a decent 52% from the field. Yet he would only play in 39 games due to a knee injury that he suffered. He then would miss the entire 2022 season due to that same knee injury. It was an unfortunate setback, and due to the great play of Kevon Looney during their championship run, many doubted Wiseman would even start upon his return, and he didn't. In his 21 games with the Warriors this season, he started 0 of them. He was only given 12 minutes per game, being stuck behind Draymond, Looney, and even Anthony Lamb in the rotation. He averaged 7 points and 4 rebounds during that time, which was alright, but the Warriors just hadn't seen enough from him. They set out to trade him at the 2023 trade deadline and ended up getting Gary Payton II back on the roster, who they already had the season prior. The Pistons gave up young wing Saddiq Bey in the deal to get Wiseman, and Bey was a 15-point-per-game scorer, so they had to believe in Wiseman to pull the trigger. And honestly, I don't blame them. For me anyway, the biggest takeaway from all the stuff I've told you is that he wasn't given much of a shot in Golden State. In total, he only played 60 games in 3 seasons for the Warriors, and they gave up on him, despite him playing alright statistically when he was on the floor. He was never going to be an immediate contributor. He was a rim-running type early on who could become much more than that if given opportunity, and it felt like he wasn't given that. However, with where Detroit is in the standings, they've been more than able to give Wiseman that opportunity, and he's flourished. Let's look first at Wiseman's whole stint with the Pistons before looking at the dominant last 4 games. In his first 11 games with the team, Wiseman has looked like a completely different player. He's averaged 13 points, 9 rebounds, and a block per game, while shooting a solid 58% from the field. He has gone from a player that many across the league viewed as a bust to a really solid starting 5. The team even started him over impressive rookie center Jalen Duren in tonight's game. It's increasingly clear that the Pistons view him as an instrumental piece to their future. He's been a great pick-and-roll partner as well as an impressive defender. The biggest concern about him in Golden State was a lack of basketball IQ and defense, and honestly, I think he already looks better in both of those areas. He's been allowed to play through his mistakes, and that alone is a big reason we've seen this improvement, as Steve Kerr often seemed to have him on a very short leash. He has a great face-up game as well, and has been allowed to show that with the Pistons, taking on defenders one-on-one from the elbow. Now let's look at his last 4 games specifically. Wiseman has been dominant over this stretch, looking like a double-double machine and impressive rim protector. He's put up 18 points, 10 rebounds, and 2 blocks per game over this span, while raising his field goal percentage to 63%. Even though Jalen Duren and Marvin Bagley have looked solid for Detroit, Wiseman has been the best one as of late and looks like the one with the highest upside. He's continued to look more and more confident during his short stint, and he's already producing at this level after only 11 games. We really have no idea how much better he'll look by the end of the season, and after a whole offseason with Detroit. With the improvement level we're seeing right now, he could come back as a 20-12 guy next season. Earlier this year, it seemed as if the Warriors would have been happy if he could develop into an average starter, but now it seems as if Wiseman can legitimately become a star. Unfortunately for them, it's just coming with another team. James Wiseman was considered a bust after only 2.5 seasons with the Warriors, despite only being able to play in 60 games. A lot of this is due to the players taken after him. Both LaMelo Ball and Tyrese Halliburton have blossomed into all-stars, but that's not really anything against Wiseman. He's been given more opportunity with the Pistons, and he has more than taken advantage of it. Wiseman had arguably the best game of his career last night, scoring 18 points, racking up 14 rebounds, and blocking 3 shots against the Pacers in only 24 minutes of action. Will he become a star-level player in Detroit? It seems more possible now than at any point in his career. He's only 21 years old and has the athleticism and skill to become a very good two-way player. It's hard to know what his upside is. Is it a DeAndre Ayton type guy or a Chris Bosh level guy? Either way, I'd say we can trust what we're seeing from Wiseman early on. The jury is still out on him, but he can be a legit star for the Pistons. He just keeps getting better and better every single game he plays. Thanks for watching. I'm Herm. Have a good one.